I came across a company called Sailability, and that they do what they say, they get people sailing. I love anything where I can get away from the wheelchair and I can just leave it behind and I can be in something. So I heard about this company called Sailability, and it was lovely. They got me out of the water, and I went sailing with my dad, I went sailing with my brother, I went sailing with instructors, but I always felt like I was just a passenger. I wasn't in control of anything, I was just a passenger. It was nice. It was nice to be on the water, it was nice to get that freedom, but I wasn't in control of anything. So I said, is there any way I can do this on my own? And this particular place couldn't do it, but they put me onto another place. And anyway, they said, yeah, okay, if we adapt the rudder, we adapt the boat, we can set it up to a server, and then by using a joystick, you'll be able to control the rudder, you'll be able to control the sails. So I was like, all right, fantastic. So I managed to actually get to sail on my own. And the feeling of freedom and independence of being out on the water on my own was just wonderful. You know, it was me in control of my boat on the water. And they said these boats were designed not to capsize, and they said they were physically impossible for them to go over. Muggy, yeah, see where this is going.
We're all waiting in horror.
Well, Muggy, we set the sail too tight, and the boat set off from the jetty, and I could feel that something wasn't right, and it was pulling, and it just literally threw me over. I didn't think the boat was going to actually physically go over. However, I was actually hanging over the side, and my ear was literally scraping on the water. I mean, this was absolutely terrifying when you physically can't grab out and you physically can't reach to protect yourself. You're at the elements. I had a life jacket on, but I was like, no, I'm going in the water here. Will safety boat come and get me? Will I be in? I'm in the water one way or another. And luckily, I didn't come out of the boat. I managed to stay in. I got back to the jetty and I was just a mess. And I said to myself, if I get out of this boat, I'm never getting back in it again. So we readjusted the sail, tweaked this, that, tweaked that, and then I went off and had a lovely little sail. And I knew myself, if I'd have got out, I was just so scared, I would have never got back in it again. So I thought, right, no, let's deal with this now, and let's get on with it, let's make the most of it. And I had a lovely sail, and I sailed back to the jetty on my own. When I finally got back in my chair and kind of like, wow. The club said it was the scariest thing they'd seen in 8 years, so I was quite relieved to be back on dry land.